Alrighty guys, let's talk about what we're going to be doing on Monday in class, as a fair number of you are going to miss that class. The primary thing we're going to be doing, and you can see all the details on Canvas in the daily syllabus, but the primary thing we're going to be doing is a lab. Now this lab does have a homework component or a component that you are going to be turning in. So on Canvas, what you'll see is the assignment itself, and in that assignment is a link to a Google Doc. You can see that here on my screen. The first link goes to the Google Doc. The second link goes to the video analysis tool that we used earlier in the year, and you're going to need again for this lab. Here on Canvas, what this primarily shows you is what you need to turn in, some examples of a data table and examples of a screenshot if for some reason you didn't know what I was talking about. But if we go to the Google Doc that explains this lab, what we're going to be doing is rolling a marble or a ball off of a table and videoing it until it hits the ground and gathering some data from that. Kind of data that you're going to be gathering is position and time data, which we can make position versus time graphs and velocity versus time graphs. So this is going to link back to what we've talked about earlier with those graphs and the slopes of those graphs and what those slopes tell us. Based on this data, you're going to be answering the 5 questions down below. Now in class, we're going to be using the answers to those 5 questions to draw some conclusions that are going to be pretty fundamental to what we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. Now, if you look at your data, you may not get to that conclusion by yourself. That's okay. I'm going to create a second video with a conclusion using the data that I gathered today, and we'll talk about that and hopefully get you at least on a similar page to those who were in class. So let's take a closer look at how to set up your experiment. Now I did this in the classroom, and you can see here that I've taken some time to set up my camera so that the table is horizontal. I've also put a meter stick in there for scale, and it's really important that this meter stick is close to the path of the marble or the ball. It's also important that if you're going to use your own marble or ball, that it's fairly heavy. If you use like a tennis ball or a wiffle ball, this won't work very well. If for some reason you can't make your own videos, I'll include links to the 3 videos that I made on Sunday somewhere on Canvas. Hopefully it'll be pretty obvious. For the lab, you're going to be doing 3 runs, a slow, a medium, and a fast. And by that, I mean pushing the marble slowly, kind of a medium speed, and a higher speed off the table, making sure that your phone or your camera is set up so that you can see not only the table and the marble, but where it hits the ground as well. So at this point, go ahead, read the lab, look at the assignment, go out and do it, gather your data. If you don't remember how to use the video analysis software, call up a friend, let me know. We can hop on Zoom and walk through it. When you finish the lab, gathered all your data, answered those 5 questions, check out the follow-up video, the conclusion video to this lab, and we'll try to walk through the data that I collected. And let's talk about how that comes to a really important conclusion that we're going to base a lot of what we're going to be doing over the next 2 or 3 weeks on that conclusion. So hopefully that covered everything. I probably forgot something. Excuse me.